eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear quick, when it forgets it. Craving and raining rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and this is Wednesday. The Thunder played last night. We got to see Kaysen and Keontae Johnson without the rest of the crew. Everybody's going to play tonight, so we're going to do our last Summer League show tonight at Rococo's after the game on the patio there. So we're going to do our last show there tonight. But we're going to talk about, because this is last night, the Chet. I don't think the Chet and Jay Will and all those guys need to play anymore after tonight. I mean, you just shut it down. So we're going to tonight do kind of grade what we thought, what we saw, and then tomorrow we're going to really get down and deep dive into the Thunder and what really happened, or what my thoughts of were the summer season. But tonight on After the Storm, we're gonna get really into it and just kind of break down the game, what we see, what we think the Thunder shall do, all the picks that we have, and then tomorrow we'll on the Unpopular we'll kind of do a overview of what we talked about tonight. Whether it's Ace's favorite guy, the mailman, what a shock Ace is trying to see his favorite guy or trying to talk to him. Scares the crap out of that guy. I feel sorry for him. 100-pound pit bull trying to jump through the glass to try to get at him, but it's Ace and he's doing his thing. I mean, that's what dogs do. They guard. But anyway, so I'm excited about that. Then, of course, watching them play last night, getting to see the other guys. It was one of those weird deals. We struggled in the second quarter, which really killed us. First quarter, we didn't do so bad, except that we just went back to the old Thunder while we were not guarding on the perimeter, and they were just knocking down threes. And then we finally, in the second half, did better than that. But, there are some bright spots. PJ Williams played pretty good last night. And here is, when you go through our stats for the game, that's probably going to help you follow what I'm saying. KJ played pretty good. You see where he had 19 points, 13 boards. And he may or may not be a nice addition later on down the road to the Thunder. We shall see in a backup role, but I don't know. I think we only have one two-way left. So I think that Keontae probably will get. Well, he's going to get that two-way, and then I forget who. We don't have. We only have. I think you can only have 3 two-ways. So I'm not sure exactly who all they're going to give them to. Shackelford, Kaysen, he played very average last night. And as I was talking on After the Storm, you can go back and look on my Facebook if you're watching this on Facebook. Or you can go to YouTube and search After the Storm dash OKC Thunder and like, subscribe, and hit notifications. Then you'll get a notification every time. Or you can just go back and look at it. Or you can do, here, let me just show you. So that's going to be the easiest way to do it. Here are your ways that you can go back. You can search YouTube After the Storm dash OKC Thunder and look at it there. And if you hit the subscribe, like, and notification, I appreciate that. Or you can go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com. You can click on that and you can watch any of the past shows on that. So you can do it that way. And then, of course, the Unpopular Hour, same thing. You can go on mcsportsnetwork.com or search YouTube, the Unpopular Hour dash Matt Clark. So you can do any of those things and be able to watch that. But if you wanted to see what we talked about last night on the show, that's the easiest way to go about it. And because myself and Nathan Taylor broke it down last night. But anyway, I'm interested to see what Kaysen does. back when he has everybody, because you could see last night he was really pressing, did not have a good game at all. 2 for 12, 1 for 8. He was definitely rushing, and I think rushing his shots and trying to be uh, too aggressive. And I think that when he's playing with Trey Mann or when he's playing with Chet and Jay Will, he tends to let the offense come to him and gets more open looks and doesn't have to press as much and can get more shots in. So it's going to be interesting to see what he really does tonight when everybody's back, and see if he can pick up and play a little bit better and not have to push as much. Shackelford, I still like him. 30 minutes, 16 points, 4 assists, only 3 rebounds, but he's a shooter. That's what he does. But 1 for 10 from 3 is just not acceptable. You got to be able to do it. And the one thing that I see from him, just watching him shoot, is that he does not go forward on the shots. He's constantly leaning backwards. And if you'll watch Steph and Clay when they shoot, they're 90% of the time, unless they're shooting a fadeaway, they're always coming forward. You always jump forward. You never jump backwards. You always keep your head forward. And that's what I see from him just off the top of my head. That's what I see just watching him do. Just get your head forward and go forward and quit going backwards so much, and that will probably help increase your accuracy. Maldonado, he's just okay. I'm just not a big fan of his. Zaire Smith did not play bad at all. Ramsey, I'm kind of like, but I'm sorry about that. He was okay. McConnell, being the defensive player of the year, 2-time defensive player of the year in the Big Ten, you would think that he could score a little bit more, but he's a defensive guy, so that might be the person that might want to give another two-way two, simply because defense, you always need a stopper, and he is a long, lengthy wing defender, and that's something that the Thunder do lack, because when you look, and last night we pulled up the Thunder's previous season stats, and it's sad that you are third in scoring points per game, but you're 20th in giving up points per game. What does that mean? That means that you have to be able to stop people, and that was one of our big issues last year. I think if we can move, we're going to score the basketball. I think we're going to score. So if we can stay in the top 5 as far as scoring, but at the same time, defensively, if we can drop to 12th, 13th, top 10 would be fantastic. Chet may or may not be a nice help with that, but if we can do that, I think the Thunder can move up to the top 4, top 5 in the NBA in the West. So we shall see what the like I said, coaching matters. And then Keontae, 19 points, 5 rebounds. I really like this kid. 9 for 14, 1 for 3. He really looks like he's playing a man among boys. That's what he looks like to me. After tonight, I don't really see any need to play him anymore, even though I think they probably will, simply because they probably want to get one more game, and they only have one game left. And so I'm sure they're probably going to want to get him in there, because you can see the 14th is the last game, which is, Saturday, I believe. Is that right? That's Saturday. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the 14th. So that would be our last game against the Wizards. So I could see them playing him one more game. But to me, I've seen all I can see. I like what I see out of that guy. I like what I see out of Kaysen. So to me, it's just, I sit those guys after the night, but I do give them a chance to go ahead and play along with Chet, Jay Will, Kendrick, not Kendrick, Trey Mann, and Jared Butler. So I give them a chance to play with that group a little bit more tonight, and then after that, just let the rest of the guys do what they're going to do. Shackelford, P.J. Williams, KJ, I don't know what they call him, P.J. KJ Williams, and watch those other guys just go ahead and play. So that's just kind of what I would do, because those are your 2 rookies, Kaysen and Keontae, I've seen all I needed to see out of them now. Of course, the coaches probably want to see a little bit more, and I have no problem if they play them a little bit more. But, what do you need to see that you haven't already seen by now? That's kind of how I look at it. But anyway, we won the first game, lost the second game. And so I think, what are we now? We were, 2-1, 3-2 now in Summer League. So tonight is it's going to be a big game. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the Thunder, how they respond back and what they do as a group. But I do, like I said, I like our team. I like what we're doing as a group. I like the direction that the Thunder are currently the Thunder are currently in. I mean, I like what we're doing. I like what I'm seeing. I like the direction that the team is going. So hopefully we can continue to uh, go that direction. I hope. Like I said, I like what I see, and hopefully we can continue to do that. And I won't be disappointed either way because, like I said, I like what I see from the Thunder. And if you haven't noticed before, our roster and what we have is not bad because our roster, this is basically the roster that we have. We know that we've got SGA, and to me, Trey Mann, I had asked Drew and them yesterday, do we keep him or do we not? And I think Trey Mann is on the trading block. I don't think you can keep SGA, Trey, Kaysen, Mitchell, Isaiah Joe, Lou Dort, and Josh. That's just way too many guards. I mean, that's 6, 7 guards. That's just way too many. 4, maybe 5, but Kaysen probably is definitely, he's going to be your first round pick, so he's going to play. You're probably going to have Keontae on the second round. I mean, a two-way. So when I look at it, Trey, what you're going to do with him, and I think that they showcased Trey this year for the simple fact that to put him out there as trade bait because I do like what Sam, at least I think this is what he's doing, is that he's pushing draft picks out into the future. I think that he's taking our picks and the ones that, we've got, 6 first-round picks in the next 2 drafts. So do we need that many? So I'm thinking that he's pushing those back. And then because, remember, we have SGA for 3 more years. We've got Josh. We're going to re-sign him next year to his extension. The following year, you've got to re-sign J-Dub to his extension and probably J. Will and then Chet. So you're going to have to do that the following year. So I think that, you could basically keep SGA, Josh, J-Dub together for the next 7 years and lock these guys up and at the same time add pieces here and there if Kaysen doesn't work out. If you can definitely replace Lou Dort and Isaiah Joe for sure by then. Jang, whether he works out or not, you can replace him. You could probably find a replacement for Aaron Wiggins at that point, 5 years from now, 4 years from now. So 6 years from now. So you can replace him. Kendrick Williams, I don't see him being around, nor do I see Poku, JRE, none of those guys around. So to me, the guys that I see around for at least the next 5 years, probably if they continue to grow, is you're going to have SGA, Josh, J-Dub, Chet, those 4, probably J. Will. I like that 5th. And then after that, we shall see. I think Keontae, if he continues to grow where he goes, I really like what he and Kaysen are doing. So I want to put those in the mix. Jang is still, to me, the outlier. I don't know if he's actually going to fit in that mix. But with SGA, Kaysen, Josh, J-Dub, Chet, J. Will, and Keontae. So that gives you a good 7. And then if Jang turns out, that's a good 8. And then you can continue to add a pick here and there to replace those. If Jang doesn't work out, you can always get you another pick to replace him. So that's kind of how I look at what the Thunder are doing thus far. They're continuing to grow, but like I said, you can see that I'm assuming that's what Sam is doing. I do not know if he's doing that, but it looks like that he likes what we have currently, and that what he's going to do is he's going to push our draft picks out. And then if you can snatch a guy here and there, hell, you got enough picks that you want to move up, you can move up. And so the question is, how good are the first-round picks that you have? Because we just gave up one for 2029, I believe, our worst draft pick for next year. I think we kicked it out to 2029. So and got the first-round pick swap with them on that, or 2027, one of them. So, I mean, it's way down the line. Are we going to need first-round picks? I mean, what are we going to do? If this group works out, which I think they will, and the group that we have, if they work out the way that I believe that it will, then you're set for this coming year. This year means everything. I think this really determines what your future direction is going to be. And we will know what Chet is or isn't by Christmas. You're going to know even if he's struggling a little bit, you're going to know what he actually brings to the table for the Thunder. Because you already know what you're getting out of SGA, Josh, and J-Dub. You know what you're getting at. Basically what J. Will is just getting better and better and better by the moment. So then all of a sudden that clogs your middle because you got J Dub taking J Will taking charges, and then you got Chet blocking shots. So that shores up your interior defense. Now you got to do is get to the wing defense and not giving up so many wide open threes. If you can do that, what does that do? That drops you from 20th in scoring, giving up some points in scoring, to maybe 14th, 13th. And if you move up to there, for sure you're going to be 6th or 7th in the playoff race, for sure. And if you can move up in the top 10, that's going to put you up to, 4 to 6, simply by moving up. So if we can defend, if we can stop people, then that's going to help. And then on top of that, people have to start coming back to Thunderdome. So we can turn it back into Thunderdome. When it was, people forget how that place used to rock. It was crazy how loud it got. And I think that the Thunder now they're exciting. But like I said, that's part of us winning is home court advantage. And remember, I guess people forgot or don't even know that we had the loudest arena in the NBA. And what we're going to talk about today is we're going to also talk about in NBA news what's happening as far as the NBA is concerned, because of the simple fact that the NBA is growing, the NBA is looking at expanding. So if the NBA expands, which they're going to, then what happens? So you can see with the two possible expansion cities, Las Vegas and Seattle. And my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com, we both talked about this, along with High Stick Harry, that we believe that the two cities that they were going to expand to was Las Vegas and Seattle. Now, we know that LeBron wants to own a team, and he's wanted to own Vegas. He's made that perfectly clear, but what he has to understand is you're not going to be able to be a player in the NBA and own a team. So you're going to have to make that decision on if you're going to retire. And do you have enough money? Because being a $1 billionaire, just being worth $1 billion is not enough to get you in the league. Not enough to be a full owner as in Jordan. Now, partial owner, sure. Because you got to figure if you buy an NBA franchise for $3 billion, let's say $3 billion or $4 billion, to be a 10% owner, that's only $400 million. Now the question is, does LeBron have $400 million in liquid assets, or does he have to go out and sell stuff? Or what is he going to do to be able to get and be able to be liquid enough to do the $400 million, or is he going to have to mortgage some things? So those are things that he's going to have to decide on his own. But we talked about the NBA expanding to 32 teams, and of course this will come after the new TV, and that's probably part of the TV package, is that it's expanding. And it's funny that Seattle, who the reason why the Thunder are in Oklahoma City is because of Seattle, because of their arrogance. And that's why it's so important that Oklahoma City people understand how important it is to have an arena. Because the ironies of ironies is, what if Oklahoma City doesn't want to build a new facility and the Thunder go back to Seattle where they're building them a brand new place, where they're doing all those stuff? And then what does Oklahoma City do? Oklahoma City downtown dies. Stuff, you don't get new facilities. People come in here because the Thunder have made us relevant. And by that means that people want to come here. You can get conventions. You can do a bunch of stuff. Oklahoma City's happening. You're seeing more and more hotels going up. And that's all because of the Thunder. So you have got to approve any bonds or anything. And I don't understand why Mayor Holt is struggling to find support. How the hell are you not wanting to support or having an NBA team? How are you not wanting to be relevant? How are you not wanting our city to be even bigger or better? Look at Seattle. They lost it, and they're recovering, trying to get back. So, to me, that's just a no-brainer. But it's funny that the two possible expansion cities that we had talked about, Vegas and Seattle, are both what the NBA is looking at. And the reason why we knew Vegas was coming, because hockey was the first test. It passed. Then football came in with the Raiders. It passed. And then now with Major League Baseball moving the A's to Vegas. So the next logical step is what? NBA to move a franchise there, or to open up a new one, or to start a new one, expansion there in Vegas. So those are the options right there. But Oklahoma City, get off your butt and come on and let's support the Thunder. Let's just, I mean, I don't even know why I'm even lobbying for us to build a new arena. We have the oldest arena in the NBA. Why would you want to not have a new spectacular, beautiful venue, where the kids can go do a bunch of stuff and then we can watch the game, or you can watch the game with the kid, whatever, give you a bunch of things. Still, we have 18,400. We have more seats than they do in Golden State in their Chase Center. But at the same time, it's bigger than ours. It's got more stuff than ours. So I don't understand what the question is or what the issue is with not supporting having a new arena. That makes zero sense to me. And I'm joined by my guy Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry. What is your thought process on that, brother?
With the expansion or
Yeah,
what?
no, with the Oklahoma City fighting. I mean, why Mayor Holt is like pulling teeth getting a new arena.
I think our arena's too big, honestly, for our city at the moment. I honestly
Our
think we're
arena
about
is?
2,000 seats over. I think it's too big for our city. Yeah, we can't fill it, so I think it's just a little too big.
When we were winning, we were sold out.
When was that?
When we were winning before Kevin Durant and them left.
That's my point.
I know, understand
Right,
that, but what I'm
so-
saying is you're building we have the oldest arena in the city, in the NBA.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So
it got
you've got to
remodeled 3 or 4
build,
times.
and you got to remember, we have the more seats than the Chase Arena does in Golden State.
That's what I'm saying. I think we got too many seats.
Yeah, we can drop down to 17.5 or 8, whatever it is. I think we're at 18.4.
I think like 17.5, 17.250. Had a couple suites in there.
Yeah.
That way, I think you just dropped a little bit of the seats up top. I think we got too many up there. It just looks a little empty sometimes, obviously.
Well, it does now.
When we were winning, I remember. I was there, when the games, when they were playing Kobe and when they were playing against the Grizzlies all the time. I remember all that.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, for us to continue to grow, for us to continue to do what we got to do, you got to have a new arena.
New facilities.
Squeeze it down, whatever you want to do. I don't care about that, but you got to build a new place because the fact that
where do you put it?
You put it well. What I wanted to do was knock down the Ford Center. I mean the old Myriad of what's it called, the old convention center. What's it called, the movie theater
across the street,
thing?
The Myriad.
Yeah, where the Myriad was. Yeah, the old Myriad Cox Convention Center. Tear that down. You got 4 city blocks. You can put in a nice arena. You can put in a place for fan experience where you can build something really cool for the fans that can't get in
we need
games.
A couple bars out there, a couple restaurants.
Yes, all of that. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But I think what the thing is with the Omni being, my understanding is that the Omni came here saying that they wouldn't do it if they were they cannot be more than a block away from the facility. Which means what?
We need that hotel here.
That means we got to get the Omni, which we did. But I'm just saying is that they can't be more than a block away, which means you got to be across the street.
Yep.
So you got to be west.
So many memories in both those buildings, but I think if you knock down the convention center, like you said, remodel, it might take 2 years, but
3 years, whatever it is. To me, I don't care. But you could build something really, really nice there. But like I said, Ben,
they did a great job remodeling the Chesapeake Arena. They did a great job.
No, they did a good job. I agree.
They did a great job, but it's just time.
Yeah, but my thing is this: 4 city blocks, square blocks. That is a big piece of land that you can really, really do something
especially
outrageously
nice.
nice.
You can just do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
because the thing I like. Nice. Yeah, I think like what Golden State is, they have that huge fan experience with that gigantic screen out there where fans can come and watch away games. And that's going to be kind of hard in Oklahoma City because it's going to be freezing cold unless you do some sort of roof over it or whatever.
Make it work everywhere else. They still have the same fan experience in Boston and Milwaukee and different places like that. They still have it.
They still right. Kansas City, same thing with the Power and Light. Yeah. So
Detroit, they got they still have a good little fan experience. Detroit, you probably stay out the streets, but the rest of that, you're probably pretty good.
Stay out the streets. You got to throw that little jab in there, don't you?
I'm just saying, keep your head on a swivel, my
yes,
friend.
you do.
Fundamentals.
The 2 possible expansions, just like we talked about Vegas and Seattle. And it's just
Vegas is definitely going to get a team.
Yeah.
I think Seattle, especially with the Kraken there now, they can multi-purpose that arena. I think it works great for them now. Especially with the success the Kraken have had and everything like that. Other than that, I mean, I really don't have too many other places that could really get one. I mean, Kansas City would be one of the only other
Well,
places.
the problem with Kansas
St.
City
Louis.
is the problem with Kansas City is they have a professional team. They're in Lawrence.
Yep.
They have an NBA team. It's in Lawrence. That's the problem
Yeah.
with Kansas City, because you have an
Yep.
18,000 seat arena that's packed for every game, and those people are seriously loyal. And plus, what's it called? Not Highland Park, but what's it called? Oh, right there where
Power and Lights District.
well, no. It's oh man, I don't think of the name of it, but where all the rich people live there, and they all go to. They're all 45 minutes away from Lawrence.
Yeah, I got you.
So
I also think Austin might be able to, but I think it's too close to Dallas.
too close to Dallas and Houston.
Yeah, it's still growing, which would
and
be great.
San Antonio.
So
Really, you
Yep.
can't too close to San Antonio. So I
Yep.
mean, St. Louis maybe, but really the only thing that's ever really worked there is baseball. Hockey works there, but baseball is the only thing that really
it's only
truly,
because they
truly
won.
works.
If they wouldn't win, they'd have nothing.
Yeah, so that's a bad city. So to me, you're
But yeah,
limited where you can really
Vegas
go.
and Seattle. I
Vegas
agree
and
with you
Seattle,
100%.
yeah. So, but anyway, the NBA approves coaches to get a new challenge if their first is successful, in which I thought that's a no-brainer to me. Why, if I get a challenge and I'm successful at it, why do I not get that challenge again?
Yep.
So I like what they're doing that, and then the in-game flopping penalty, which the only thing that I saw in summer league that I completely disagreed with, Ben, was Oklahoma City. I don't know if you saw the game, but Shackelford got hit with the elbow. Okay, he was grazed, but they called him for flopping, and clearly he got hit in the replay. And so they called a foul. They called the thing in, but you can't challenge it. So I don't like that. I mean, you can
So
call.
that's what I'm confused about.
That's what I'm saying. If you as a referee, it's their discretion. That's what it was. I'm like,
Well-
okay, if you say that he flopped and he didn't get hit, why would you not go check to make sure that he actually got hit or he actually didn't get hit? You know what I'm saying? Go check it before you do that, or let the coaches challenge it or whatever. Because clearly he got hit, and you said he flopped. He got hit. Now, did he probably throw a little sauce on it? Yes. But, still, that being
Yeah.
said, I just go ahead.
In basketball, is there a punishment? Say, like you do challenge it and you miss the challenge. Is there a punishment? Say,
Take
like
away
a technical foul shot?
you take away if you try to challenge and it's unsuccessful, you lose a timeout.
Okay.
Just like in
so, like in
football.
hockey, yeah. So, like hockey, you get a 2-minute penalty. Like if you challenge it and you miss it, and you're wrong, you get a 2-minute penalty. So, like say it's on a goal, the other team just scores, and they go up 1-0, and you challenge that goal and you're wrong. They're right back on the power play. Now
Yeah.
they can go up 2-0 real quick. So I just didn't know what the penalty was in basketball. It's a loss of a
Penalty in basketball and football are the same.
So
You
just
lose
a
a
loss of
timeout.
timeout.
Yeah,
Okay.
you lose a timeout,
Okay.
which is valuable.
See, I think it'd be awesome if they did it like a technical foul.
Yeah, well, but in
say
basketball
you missed
that
it,
really
the other team gets a
penalizes
free
you.
throw and
That-
the ball back.
That really penalizes you. I don't know if I would.
Exactly.
I don't know if
Same
I
in
don't,
hockey. I mean, you go down a guy for 2 minutes. I mean, that's a punishment.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's that. I don't know.
so that's what I'm saying. So they're just trying to keep guys. So the first year they put that rule in, there was coaches just throwing it out left and right. They didn't care, and there was no punishments. And they're like, okay, if you guys are going to do that, then we're just going to actually you guys are going to go on a penalty for 2 minutes after that. So now guys they really reel it in. They're like, even if it's questionable, they're like, I don't know if it's worth going on the penalty, like a penalty kill again.
Uh-huh.
So, but they can't challenge penalties though. You can only challenge goals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's the thing with the NBA. You can challenge everything, and sometimes it works. But
Yeah,
I
the
would say
timeouts are
this.
very valuable.
Yeah, timeouts are hugely valuable, especially in a close game at the end. Man, that one missing a timeout.
And you only get
is
one
huge.
in hockey.
Yeah, seeing you get 5 in basketball, and that's
A half, right?
Yeah,
5.5.
yeah, it's tough, bro. That's a tough thing
Yep.
to. That's
I
a
was just
tough
curious
thing.
what the penalty was for that. I just
Yep.
didn't know.
Yep, that was it. And then but I do like the flopping thing. I think a lot of these guys falling down and all that nonsense like they do in soccer. It's just, to me, that's the most pathetic thing. They're all rolling around on the ground, and you didn't even get hit. You didn't even get hit. There needs to be some. I mean, I know it's traditional and that's what they do because it's about trying to gain an advantage. But I'm like, if you, that's, to me, that's cheating. If you didn't get hit, get your ass up. Excuse me.
Yep.
Get
That's
up
what,
and play.
Yeah, they started they incorporated a rule in the NHL. It's called the embellishment penalty. So like if you go down and if you fake a fall and the ref says, "Oh, you just faked that," they'll give you 2 minutes and the other team goes on the power play for you faking it.
Yeah, now that's the NBA. If you fake it, I mean it's a penalty and the team gets the ball. So I
Yep.
mean that's
So
fine, but to me, penalizing them 2 minutes, man, that's with 5-on-4 in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean just play the game. If
Yeah,
you're not getting hacked that bad, we know.
5-on-4 in the NBA is not fair. that would end the game really really quick. It's a lot easier to score in basketball than it is in hockey. Down one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so exactly. Down one, I mean, your team goes instantly on I mean, that'll change the entire game if you get a penalty for that. So they're trying to keep you from diving, doing that soccer stuff and doing some of that basketball LeBron stuff, a little bit of that stuff. They're trying to keep you from doing that.
Yes, agreed. And I have no problem with that, but I'm just going, man, for basketball to be able to do that, I don't know how that would really take. But now we did do our breakable. Clearly, Drew is not coming on. I know that Nate can't make it on today because he's got to do some stuff with his wife, the doctor stuff.
Yep.
So he's
Drew's lucky. He gets some good weather. Keeps on looking like it's going to rain. He's going to keep on working.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, nobody's going to complain. I want him to make some money, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, here are the unbreakable records. Now, like I tell people, there are records that there's a difference between a record being broken and beaten. Okay, and when you beat a record, that means you just did more, got more yards or whatever. You just did more. Okay, so you beat the record. Okay. Now, if you break a record, that means you took less time to break it than they did to set it. That, to me, is the difference between beating and breaking. And these news people all the time, oh, they broke the record. I go, no, he didn't. He beat the record. He didn't break it.
Yep.
He did not break it. He beat it. And to me, there's a huge, huge difference in there because, when Cal Ripken did his thing, that's breaking it.
That was nuts.
Yeah. Will Chamberlain. But my thing with Cal Ripken is, when he broke the record, the difference between them is one man's batting average did not go down. Okay.
No.
Ripken's dumped into 210s and 220s and whatever. So he was playing every day, even though he was a liability to the team, just so he could break the record.
Yep. Okay. That's how it was in hockey too. Yeah. That's how it was.
Lou Gehrig did not do that. He was still hitting 300. He was not. He was not. Costing his team just to break the record. Okay.
Yeah. So for the real quick, just the NHL Ironman record, like you're talking about games for MLB. Phil Kessel, he flew out from Arizona and he flew home because his wife was having a baby. He played one shift and then he literally got off the ice in the first period and then got like on a plane and the Phoenix flew him home. And it's so like. That's why I don't like the record for the NHL is because he literally played one. That was just to beat the guy in the record, and then he like went home. It's like that doesn't count. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Cal Ripken played every game. He played. I mean, I remember watching. He played every. Game.
He played it. No, he can't. No, you have to play. He didn't play the whole time. He got if you play 7 innings, I believe it is, or 8 innings.
That's still though 7 innings.
Right,
I mean, this guy played one shift. He played for 30 seconds and then got off the ice, and they still counted it.
And I agree with that. That's BS.
I don't like that.
That doesn't count to me. But the thing is that Lou Gehrig still hit 300. He didn't. His stats didn't drop. He was every day, but nothing happened. And at the end of Kyle Ripken's career, he was dropping like crazy.
Yeah, the gray hair.
And it was just like, dude, really, you're just out here breaking the record, man. That's just. I mean, you're not the same player. I just can't. I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
That'll never be broken.
Yeah, no, it won't. But anyway, I've got Will Chamberlain, 100 points in a game. O.J. Simpson, 2,003 yards in 14 games because the record is 2,100 and played in 2 more games. And now they have 3 games. They have 17 games now. So more people will break it. Cal Ripken, I got his 260 whatever's consecutive games.
That won't get changed.
And the other one that won't be broken is the 56-game hitting streak.
Yep.
That's a lot of games, man. Oh, by the way, I was trying to save this stat for Drew because I think I sent that to you, Andrew, yesterday. That deal about John Smoltz talking about what's his name, the hitter, Tony Gwynn. I sent y'all that deal on that.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Okay, I sent it to him. But anyway, what they basically said between him, Glavin, uh, uh, what's the guy, left-handed guy for them? Drew, no, let me see, Glavin, Smoltz.
Glavin, Schmaltz, and not Jones.
Uh, oh my God,
Shoot,
what is his name? I can see him. Greg Maddox and
Maddox.
and Pedro Martinez. Between them, they struck out 12,000 batters. Okay, between them, and they faced him 330 something times. They struck him out 4 times.
Oh, wow.
4 times. And Maddox and Glavin, I think Maddox and Pedro, 0 times. I was like,
Dwayne was a
wow.
legend.
But 12,000 batters, they faced him over 300 times, and they only struck him out 4 out of 330 something attempts at bats. They struck him out
percentage.
4 times. That's
percentage, I'd say.
crazy. That's insane, man. Anyway, so I saw that yesterday and I was like, wow, I got to send that to those guys. And then, of course, my last one is Wayne Gretzky, 2,857 career points in the amount of games that he did, like 1,300 games. It was something
points
stupid.
won't be broken. His goal record will be broken, but if you take away all of his goals, he still has more assists than any other. Like his assists add up to more points than any other player. Like their points in NHL history.
Yeah.
So if you just take away his goals, if you only go off his assists, he's still number one.
Isn't that crazy? I saw that. I was like, the closest
that's
person to him, I was like, God dang, you ain't even near him. And then, who was it? Ovechkin is breaking, do the points thing. But
he's going to do the goals.
The goals, I'm sorry, the goals.
He needs 2.5 more seasons of like about 30 and like 35, 40 goals.
But he's all beating it, but he's not breaking it. He's not breaking it. He's beating it.
Yeah, exactly. He'll beat the record of goals. He won't do the points, but he'll get the goals.
What I'm saying is he's not breaking the record. He's only beating it.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the amount of goals, the amount of games it took him to set his records, it's stupid.
Crazy.
It is just stupid. I was sitting there looking at it, so I'm going down the list and I'm looking at these names and I'm going, oh my God, dude, he was truly the great one. But I did see the King's ransom the other day on 30 for 30. I saw the King's ransom when, he got traded.
When they traded him off?
Yeah, and he could have stopped it.
Yep.
And, he chose not to at the end for $15 million. But anyway, so Drew has Bill Russell, 11 rings.
I agree with that.
Emmitt Smith, 18,355 yards in 15 years. And let's face it, no matter what Emmitt says, we all know, put an asterisk by that bad boy, because if Barry Sanders really wanted the record, you wouldn't have it. He just didn't. He never cared about records. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't, for whatever reason. I don't know why he didn't, but he just didn't. But
he didn't care.
Yeah, but in college, 2,628 yards in 11 games. And like 5 of those games, he didn't even play the fourth quarter. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. And then yours, of course, is Kobe Bryant, 14,481 missed shots. I thought, okay, why are you?
Hey, nobody's gonna ever shoot that many shots ever because nobody plays anymore. So
I know that, but man, I'm like, a negative stat, really?
I'm just saying. I mean, I love Kobe.
I know, but man,
probably second or third all-time favorite player.
But 2 of your things in here, three of your 4 are negative. Major League Baseball, 3 foot 7 inches, shortest player ever, and then Ty Domi, 333 fights, and then Kobe, 14,000 missed shots. I'm surprised you didn't have an NFL one for the word. I mean,
no, because they just did the rule on the kick return, so nobody will ever return a ball again. So
I know, but at least that's positive. Your other 3 are really bad or negative. Missed shots, shortest player ever, and negative. Fights.
Yeah,
you're getting the most. I know, but being the most fights. Come on. I mean, of all the rules in hockey, 333 fights.
Can you imagine that?
No.
Over 12 years, 333 fights.
That's 2 fights a game, damn near.
That's my point.
Yeah, but
That'll never happen again.
I know that, but I'm just saying, can you be positive out here? I mean, you got negative, negative, negative. I'm going, can I get some positive stuff in
they're
here?
actually all kind of negative because the Devin Hester one is kind of a shot at the NFL because he can't return the football anymore. So these guys will be lucky if they get 20 returns in their career from now on. So
Yeah, hey,
there's
Ben.
no way
That's not gonna
that's
happen,
stay
especially
straight.
with the regular rules. You're right about that, but that's a positive
Yep.
one. That's positive.
Yeah, get the Devin Hester Hall of Fame. Give
But
him
you
the
got a
jacket.
positive. And then, of course, Randy Wright has to send me a thing that his goaltending will never be broken. Dude, you need to get over the goaltending. You can't goaltend something you didn't do, you know? I'm like, I just don't. I'm like, bro, you weren't even. I'm the one that goaltended, and they gave it to you. I mean, stop it, bro. He's just pathetic with that
That's
stuff. He did not
awesome. I
goaltend.
love that.
But Ben, you're negative. I mean, Kobe Bryant missed shots, 3.3 3'7", which isn't that a midget?
Yeah, they put him out there, and his number was like 3/4 or something like that.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I
No,
swear.
it
I'll
wasn't.
send you a picture of it. I swear
No,
to you.
Ben, you can't do that. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
No.
was, and you can't say the M word like that. You can't do that.
Oh, you can't? Well, what are they
No, you
called?
can't say the M word. You got to
What
small
are they
people.
called?
He was a small human. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, people. I take that back. I did
Hey,
not
guess
know.
what? He got walked. He got walked.
Of course he
Imagine
did.
that. Look at that strike zone.
Oh my God, dude, that is bad, Ben. That's terrible, dude. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, small people. I did not know that I could not use that, and I apologize because I did not know. So, but thank you for letting me know that I was. You're part of the woke. You're part of the woke community. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, I'm working on it.
No, you're not. Well, take this
Slowly
up.
but surely, I'm getting my way
No,
there.
no, you're not. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any needs for any computers, software to be written to make your office run smoother, or website design, they can help you out there. Collaborative Logic. Hit my guy Russell Williford up. SRB, if you have engineering, surveying, or planning, he is the guy for that. Oak Grove Trucking, and our man Jose Fierro for any needs that if you have any dirt or rocks to be moved. Greg and Max Nafee for their support and everything that I've always done. Appreciate those guys in that. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. They're also a sponsor for us to go out and do remote live streams at Black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, which we will do this Friday. We will be out, if it doesn't freaking rain. And then you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com, or you can go in and see the guys over at the main bank at 401 Elm downtown, YNB East, which is on the Parkway in Yukon, right off 66th, YNB Mustang 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40 on Garth Brooks, right in front of the Integris Hospital, or YNB Peoples, which is in Bethany, 6201 between Northwest 23rd between MacArthur and Rockwell, and then of course DT Construction and Consulting. If you have any needs for any roofing or anything to be done to your house to make it up and running and make it look better, he is the dude to talk to. Our guy Drew Hinthorn at DT Construction 2015
Good
at
work.
Outlook.com, and they are respectful, local, and loyal, which basically means they'll answer the damn phone when you call. So hit my boy up if you have any needs for any of that. Now, did you watch the MLB last night, Ben?
I didn't watch MLB last night. I did watch the home run stuff 2 nights ago, which I very much enjoyed. Did you get to watch some of that?
No, I did not watch I watched the Thunder game.
Vladdy Guerrero Jr. won, which was great. He's first father-son to, get it done. And then there was that guy Rodriguez for the Mariners. He hit 41 home runs in the home run derby in one round, which is crazy.
Which wore him out, which is why he couldn't finish.
Yep. And then Rutschman for the Orioles. He had 27 first-round home runs. So the way to get bonus time, I believe, if you hit it like 2 home runs over 440 feet, I think you get like an extra 30 seconds.
Is it 30 seconds?
But yeah, and he's a switch hitter, right? So he hit his first 21 home runs left-handed, and then for his bonus time he switched to right hand, and he went 8 for 8 and hit 8 more home runs, which is.
That's
and his
insane.
dad was throwing the balls. I think that's
insane.
just a cool story. So he's a switch hitter. So yeah, he switched to the other side and went 8 for 8. That's freaking awesome. But I didn't get to watch much of the game. But I mean, I know Drew hit this game on the under. He nailed that.
Yeah, he did. Well, we can't get any HuskerDrewPick.com any picks anymore. He hadn't sent us up all
There's
week.
not much today. There's no sports going on, man.
Well, there's NBA, but that's right. He doesn't do summer league.
Yeah. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, because Nate took the under and the Thunder and lost both yesterday.
Yep, and then Drew hit this one on the under, and then I don't know. I forgot who he sprinkled on the MVP, but I know he nailed the under. So at least 1-0. I mean, and
There's no way. There's no way he came up Elias Diaz.
Do I? No, yeah, I don't think it was Diaz. He had a couple other guys, a couple other big names, but I know he hit the under, and the others were sprinkles. So I mean, those are quarter units, if not less than that. On the units.
Because if his
big units were on the under, and he nailed that. So that's pretty much a 1-0 day. The other ones were just kind of props, just kind of screw it.
Right.
Might as well bet.
If you pick Diaz, that's because you're a Rockies fan.
Yeah, you got lucky.
You're a fan of his. That's what that was. Hey, I'm gonna pick him because I'm a Rock. Because you know how people are.
Yep, and like Drew said, the pitching was just an equal battle back and forth, and it was pretty good. The game was, I mean, from what I saw the highlights, I mean, there wasn't a ton, but it looked pretty decent.
Well, and the National League finally won since 2012.
And in the MLB, does it still control where the
World Series, the home team? Yes,
it still does. See, I like that. Like, I feel like that makes the boys play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if your team stinks, you're like, you don't care. You're just out there. You're gonna have a beer at seventh inning or whatever. You don't care. But like, I don't know. Like, so that's just like a tough. Because like NHL, they do it by like your season's record. Whoever like was higher in record, which I feel like that's fair. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know.
Well,
I do like that. I like that little, like, if you want to go to a baseball term, I like that little curveball they throw with like if you win the All-Star game, then you get the home field advantage. It's kind of a nice little, sprinkle on top.
I agree 100% because to me, the way that I like it is, I think that if you do that like they do, I'll just put you in Ben. Since you were talking about Drew, I thought I'd throw him on there, but he's not here.
There you
go. But anyway, the thing I think they should do that in basketball. That'd make the All-Star game, still do East versus West.
Especially the guys that are in good teams. And in basketball, you can really make a difference. So
you
like
can make
some
a
of these
difference.
guys might actually freaking try.
That's what I'm saying.
And like hockey goes to a 3-on-3, so I'm kind of indifferent about it. And I like the way they do it with the records. I think that's a good way. But I do like the baseball. Like it like makes them. I mean, some of these guys that are at the halfway point. You're at the top here. Some guy that plays for the Reds or whatever. And I still really do think they should have put Cruz in there. But whatever. I think that was dumb.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that was a miss. I mean, but that's baseball.
Just because he got called up. Did you see him steal home and all that stuff?
Yeah, he stole second,
insane.
third. He stole second, third, and home on 3 consecutive pitches.
Yeah, I think it was only like 2 pitches because the last one the guy just turned around. He just kept going.
Well, the first pitch, what he did is he stole second. Well, yeah, it wasn't 2 pitches because he stole second and then stole third at the same time, and then stole home. And I think the last person to do that was Jackie Robinson. I don't think, or maybe, awesome. Or maybe even Ricky. Ricky's name was he's the base out Ricky
Henderson.
Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, is it Henderson?
Yeah, because remember he led he still holds the record for the most leadoff home runs in history.
Man.
I mean, with that when he did that little skip, when he hit his home run, he did that little skip before he started. He started this little skip that he did. Ricky, and I always talked in the third person. Ricky says, Ricky was like, man,
Ricky says,
I was like, why are you talking? That was always the weirdest thing to me, man. Was him talking in third person. I was like, dude, that is way too weird for me.
Me who can afford to be.
Yeah, I mean, do what you do. I mean, what are we going to say? You know what I mean? What are we going to say about that?
But Ricky says
it is funny. I mean, it's not, but it is kind of funny the way he
awesome.
did that. But anyway, so did you see where they were talking about Mark Cuban was talking about Kyrie was misunderstood?
No, I didn't see that. But,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm like, he's not misunderstood.
I think that's Kyrie's entire life at this point. I mean, I'm tired about hearing about him doing misunderstood, miss that. I mean, You miss shots. You're misunderstood. Like you miss everything.
Well, now he's representing a Chinese shoe company,
Yeah, good for him.
and I'm just going, man. You're gonna sell a bunch of shoes in China, probably for sure.
You know what should happen? We should have him fly west one flight there and come back, and then we should have him fly east one flight and see if he thinks it's flat or if it's round.
Ben, be nice.
I am. That was me being nice. I'm saying, like,
Well, the reason why he says that it's flat is because when you're flying in the air and you're supposedly going around the world, your plane, your compass is equal.
yeah, okay,
That's his thought process.
yeah, all right.
Come on, Ben, be nice, man. You got me over here laughing.
That was
about
me
it,
being nice. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know you didn't. But anyway, but to me, it's just Kyrie, and it's so funny is you're supposed to be this person that's a champion of causes for people, people being taken advantage of, third world, all that stuff, and then you're letting a Chinese company represent them, and they are the worst.
If he's talking about being in charge of the third world, people taking advantage of, and then he makes those comments about, never mind.
Yes, exactly. Come on.
So that's
It's Kyrie, okay? It's Kyrie.
I know.
It's Kyrie, but it's of course it's Mark Cuban doing his best to support his boy. So you can't really.
He has to hate it. He's eating a poop sandwich right now.
Yeah,
he's like, this stinks. Yeah, he's like, this stinks.
It really does.
Poison Doncic. Yeah, he's like, oh man.
So that reminds me, the quarterback series premiered last night. I passed out and I woke up and I got to see it, and it's on Netflix, and it's straight through, Ben. So it's all the episodes are back to back, so you can watch it. You can binge watch.
Oh,
the
you
whole
watched
thing.
the entire thing?
No, I watched several of them last night, and then the others this morning before I took Ace. Yeah, I watched 3 episodes, fell asleep, fell back. 4 episodes, fell back asleep, took Ace to the vet. Came back, watched the other 3-4 episodes, and then did then start getting ready for the show. Yeah, but it was the Mariota thing. I'm not gonna really go into it, but the Mariota thing was crazy, man. Was crazy.
Can't imagine that one.
Yeah, it was crazy. But he is now with the backup to the Eagles now, so he's a backup to Jalen Hurts. There in Philadelphia. So
I think that's going to be good for him because I think didn't he only sign like a 1-year deal?
It's a 1-year deal, yeah.
So that'll be perfect for him. He'll like that's a quarterback that is kind of his style. Like Jalen's a lot more electric than he is, obviously, but I think that's great for him to maybe get back on his feet a little bit, kind of like Winston went out and kind of like did his little thing and like kind of got a little comeback. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, Gino, and then same,
But
guys,
Ben,
Brissett, Brisket, as I like to call him, so some of these guys,
Jacoby
like, it'll be a little kick in the butt. Yeah, Tony. Yeah.
Jacoby Brisket.
Jacoby Brisket.
But it was
so some of these fellas.
But it was really good. You got to see Mahomes. You got to see the inside. You got to see when his rehab and what he had to do to get back being ready. And you've seen that cupping stuff, right? When they do the cupping.
Oh yeah.
Well, they cupped his leg, so you could see him get a little teary-eyed. I'm like, yeah, that shit. That hurt.
I love that.
That hurt, man. You can just see him. He got a little teary-eyed.
Yeah, it sucks, but that cupping is some of the best stuff that you can get done to your body.
Yeah.
I really do agree with the cold plunges. I really like that.
Oh yeah, all of that stuff works. But anyway, so they had him doing that, showing the rehab and what it took for him to get ready. Kirk Cousins. Just exploring, him and
his life
and
what's
his
going on.
inside, and how his wife dresses him, because he's like, I don't know about fashion, and she dresses him, and so that was interesting. God-fearing people, and so that was interesting.
Somebody's gonna say something to them about that on the field.
Yep, and then Marcus Mariota, it was just good, but because dude, I forgot, he started out okay, but he cost him 2 games, fumbles. Yeah. He cost him 2 games, so.
It's not like he was playing great.
Right.
He was doing okay, but okay only gets you so far. It's hard to get you past half the season.
Right. And the coach brought him in because they had a pass, and he gave him a shot. And dude, let's face it, he just didn't perform. But
Yep. No,
but
he
I'm not
had
going
his
to.
opportunities.
Yeah,
They were close games. They had a bunch of close games last year.
yeah, and then you're going to see what happened there later on. But dude, it was really
Yeah,
interesting to
we'll
see
wait a
what
couple
happened.
days and let some people watch it, and then we'll talk more about it and
Yeah,
get
it
more in
was.
depth.
But anyway, yeah, it came on. It started at 12 p.m. Uh, uh, Pacific time. 12 a.m. Pacific time, which means it was 3 a.m. Eastern Coast time and 2 a.m.
Yep.
here. And then I woke up just to get time to start the first episode, and so I watched. Which the first couple episodes are really good, and then once it gets into it, you're like, whoa! And then it went into the whole Mahomes deal with his wife, and how she
Yep.
was going after he got hurt, and she was going off on him, and just like he's crazy, his crazy ass is that what she said? You're not
Yeah.
getting him off the
So
field with
he's
his crazy
crazy as
ass,
you know how he is.
which
He's
is you,
crazy as,
yeah, but you already know that's, your wife knows you. She's just
which is
like,
awesome.
just like, he's just frustrating, but you appreciate it. And then talking about it,
Competitor, man.
yeah, then she was talking about, yeah, he's gonna be crying about, oh, I can't change diapers and I can't feed him and I can't this because I've got rehab. She goes, whatever, he gets
But I
attention.
can throw a ball in a
Yeah,
bucket on a run at 47
but yeah,
yards.
but
I can just toss it in the bucket.
she goes, yeah, I gotta go do treatment and shit, whatever. It was pretty funny because she's like, whatever. Then they showed his new house that he built. They didn't show all of it, but they showed kind of where it was when it was being built. And he's got a lake behind. He's got a little putting golfing area where you can hit. Like one side is, if you hit it wrong, Ben, it's water. it's
Doesn't
water.
it?
Yeah, it's water.
Doesn't
On
he
the
have
right.
like a little par three?
Yeah, it's kind of like it was. Yeah, it's like a par three. Yeah, and it's like it's water. If you hit it right, it's gone. And then left there's a fence, and she goes, "Yeah, you better put a net up there because I'm putting a fence up there." So
So
if you
you
hit
don't
over
hit it
there,
over.
yeah, she goes, it's just like Top Golf because if you hit it
Speaking of
over
all
there,
that, I know that Tahoe tournament's this weekend. That Celebrity Tahoe tournament.
yep, that is that. It's
So
the
yeah, he'll be there. Yeah, a
him,
lot of people.
Travis
It'll
Kelsey,
be pretty
everybody
quick
be
to
there.
watch.
Romo, Smoltz,
Everybody.
they'll all be there. Yep. I think Annika Sorenstam is a pro-am, and I think Annika Sorenstam will be there too. And it's really a good tournament. I know that Tony Romo or Smoltz, one of those guys, are the ones that wins it every year.
Do they like put that on the air at all? Do you know?
Is that what?
They put that on the air? Is it like ABC or anything like that?
It will probably be on. It will be on one of the stations. The mailman has got Ace's bark box, and he's starting to walk up onto my porch and then turn around and walks off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Ace, that's his bark box, bro. You better bring his bark box
He
back. It's
knows.
got his toys in it and his and Ace is not barking at him because he's like, I'm sitting watching it. He's staring at him like, dude, what? Like he's looking like, where'd he go?
Did he
Okay,
not drop it off?
okay, yeah, he just did. He brought it back, and it's like, bro, I mean, really? Yeah, he's gotten this. He's got a bark box every month for the last 8 months. It's not like he's the only one on here that gets a bark box in this whole block. I mean, come on, man. No, but anyway, it was really good watching. I highly recommend watching the quarterback, dude. If you can just want to binge and watch it, it's really good. And like I said, the Mariota thing was interesting, and then of course watching Mahomes go through and win the Super Bowl and all that happened with that, and then how they lost to the Bills and how they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals and how he happened with that, and even when he threw his 3 interceptions and cost him a game, and because he threw an INT to cost him the game against the Bills, he threw an INT to cost him a game against the Colts, even though Travis Kelsey he caught the touchdown pass, okay, against the Colts they got 3 points instead of 7. That would have won the game for him. But they didn't show that, and then they didn't show how Travis Kelsey fumbled against Cincinnati when they were driving down the field and stuff like that. So they didn't show anything bad about any of the other players. It was all on Mahomes.
That's good.
It was all on Mahomes. I didn't get it done. It didn't happen. Blah blah blah. And so I thought that was really good. But Kirk Cousins he's as vanilla as they come, bro. There's no.
Yeah. You saw him on the plane when they did that thing.
Yeah. Well, they even had that in the NFL honors. They showed him putting all those chains around his neck.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, like when they were on the plane, he's like,
yeah. And then they showed Mahomes at home on the couch, And because what is so
That's
funny
cool.
is he rented an Airbnb for the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And he said, yeah, they rented it 3 months prior to that because it's only 6 minutes, it's close to the hotel, but they wanted to do it. And he said, yeah, because we checked later and the prices were outrageous. So he wanted the family closer to his deal because he wanted to
Yeah,
spend
yeah.
time there. He says, while everybody else is at NFL honors, he's studying. And so it was really interesting to see, his interactions between him and the players. He talks a lot of trash, bro. He talks a
I know. I
lot of
love that. I
trash.
love that. I love
I
guys
mean,
like
you're
that.
gonna like, but Ben, he talks a lot. SHIT. He talks a lot, bro.
Oh,
He talks a lot. So it was good.
yeah, I would too. If I would
Yeah.
too, if I were him, man.
So is that it? Anything you want to talk about, bro? Anything else?
Nothing much, man. I'm gonna watch this celebrity golf thing deal. I'm looking at the
That's this
roster right now.
weekend.
There's a bunch
That's this
bunch of
weekend.
good names on it.
That starts tomorrow, doesn't it?
I think
Or is
like
that
the walkthrough starts tomorrow. I think they do like
Thursday?
I think they do a pro-am tomorrow. Yeah, and then I think Friday, Saturday, and then I don't know if they do anything Sunday, but yeah. So it should be pretty good though. But I was just looking at the roster as we were talking.
Yeah. Who's all
But
on
yeah,
that?
I mean, there's a bunch of good names. There's Devontae Adams, Josh Allen, Ray Allen, Charles Barkley. I'm just
Brady's
gonna
gonna
name some of
be.
the
I'm sure
big.
Brady's gonna be playing.
Do what?
Is
Nope,
Brady and
he's
Aaron
not on here.
Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers aren't playing.
Aaron Rodgers on there, Joe Buck, Vince Carter, Del Curry, Seth Curry, Steph Curry, Pat McAfee, Larry Fitzgerald. Let's see, AJ Hawk, Travis Kelsey, Alex Killorn, NHL player. I think Mike Madonna.
Well, they
Let's
say
see.
Jordan doesn't play golf anymore. He fishes. He deep sea fishes now. He doesn't play golf anymore.
Yep, he don't do this. Yeah, Mike Madonna's not on here. He was last year.
Really?
Baker Mayfield will be out there. Yeah, Baker Mayfield will be out there. Yep. TJ Oshie. Let's see. I'm just gonna Rob Riggle. You know him.
Yeah.
And then, Aaron Rodgers, Emmett Smith, John Schmaltz. I know Schmaltz is pretty good. Brian Urlacher, Vrabel, Tim Wakefield. Let's see. Charles Woodson, Steve Young.
Is
There's a couple names there.
what's his name playing? Oh my God. That used to play for the Knicks. J.R. Smith.
So I know I know he was doing college golf.
I don't think he can play because he's a college golfer, right?
Yep, he's not in here. Nope, yeah, he's not. Alex Smith, Emmett Smith, they're both there. But that's it. Yeah, Romo's there. Yeah,
I knew Romo.
There's
Well,
Jerry Rice.
I think Romo finally won it last year. I think that was his
Joe
first time.
Pavelski, Jake Owen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he performs every year too.
Yeah, they've got because I know that what's his name plays too. What's his name? The singer Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, and I don't think he's out there this year.
Is he not?
Nope, not out here this
He's
year.
not in
Larry
the
the Cable
tees.
Guy. I know he's usually out there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy. There's a bunch of good names out there.
Wahlberg's are there, I'm assuming.
Do what?
Donnie or Mark Wahlberg.
Nope.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
None of them.
I thought one of them would be
DeMarcus
there.
Ware.
DeMarcus Ware.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Let's see. I know. Let's see. Oh, The Miz. He came in last. Or him and RG3. They came. I think they were the last two players last year.
He's played quite a bit since then to ramp up his golf game. You already know that.
Yeah, Robert Griffin's not there this year.
Yeah,
but yeah, The Miz is back. He'll go last.
That's
He'll
funny.
be last
That's
time.
funny. It's so funny. Speaking of that, it's so funny that Mahomes, when he was designing his house, and was talking about it, he's going, his wife jokes, she goes, this is his place for all of his trophies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed this room for his shoes. Ben, he goes, I wonder if this is going to fit all my shoes. I'm like, you got that many pair of tennis shoes, bro? I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say, Ben, it probably would have held at least 300 pairs of tennis shoes.
Oh, man.
It was massive, okay? And then anyway, so she had this deal. So
That maybe like 200 pairs of cowboy boots.
yeah, and so at the end of the last episode, at the end, they show him in this little cubby hole that she had designed, to put all of his Super Bowl trophies. He sticks the latest Super Bowl trophy up in one of the little
The whole
cubby
thing?
holes. Yeah, stuck. It was just a little cubby hole that's set for it exactly.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is then it's got all of his other MVPs, his 2 Super Bowl MVPs,
All that
his 2
stuff behind it.
MVPs, all the player of the year. He's got all this other stuff there too.
Legend.
And it's Kirk Cousins, as a matter of fact, when he had his house built, his builder built a cubby hole. He goes, this cubby hole is specifically designed for a Super Bowl trophy. And Kurt has a mannequin of him in his jersey.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but I'm like, well, Kurt, the chance of you putting a Super Bowl in that little cubby hole, nice of your guy building you that, but yeah, I don't. But it was kind of cool because they have like this bookcase, and so you have to open this bookcase bin, and then you go into his office area. So his office area is a hidden room, so you don't know it's there. And it's got all of his, it's hidden. So it's like a bookcase in a hallway, and you open up this door, and you go in, and then that's where his office is with all of his footballs, helmets, all of his memorabilia, all of that stuff, and it's all his stuff. All his stuff. I'm like, okay, so this is an homage to you. Okay.
Yeah, no, I want some other people. Yeah.
It's an homage to you. And then you look at Mahomes, he's got, different people's jersey in his little his little room, and yeah, his office is about him only. But I guess I really can't say anything. Mine is about me too. My USA warm-up jersey, my MVP player, my 2 players of the years, my MVPs, all tournaments, I
take that though.
So I can't say anything, can I? I really can't say a lot. Oh man!
I'll get on my cord.
Yeah, I even got my old college warm up. That's right there on a mannequin. It's sitting behind. You can't see it, but it's right there. So I better stop. Anyway, yeah, Kurt, that's a good idea because I'm doing the same thing. So anyway, brother, all right. Well, I will. We're gonna do the show tonight. You're working tonight, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna try to do it at Cats, but I think we're gonna do it covered at Rococo's tonight since it's gonna be covered.
Yeah,
so.
You never know with the rain too. It'll be covered over there.
So, all right, brother, be good.
Hey, you too, brother. Cheers.
Cheers to you. That's my guy, High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman, doing the show, helping us out today. That being said, everybody else, stay out, stay dry. Hopefully you won't get wet. Stay out of the hail and be safe.